Welcome to Orlando Speed World, the kickoff, the Outlaw Diesel Super Series presented by Hot Shot Secret.
First race of the year. We haven't seen you all winter. What's been going on all winter?
So stripped it down, kind of just went through everything front to back. We actually got invited to World 2's a Pro Mod, went down there, qualified, and I think it was 33 dragsters. So we were able to qualify. We had some struggles with tire shake, so we're running some nice new Hoosiers today. So we're gonna try those out for this year. We were able to try a couple things in Bradenton, so we kind of are using that data as our test session. So we didn't test yesterday. We're gonna save all of our good juju for today in qualifying. We got 2 passes. We're just gonna go out there and swing for it.
Right at the gate! Pretty work, baby. Pretty work. $3.99, $192.28, $192.80. Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
How you feeling?
I feel great. Ready for a nap now. I can at least take one for 2 hours.
You guys gonna make another one, you think, or?
Might as well. We're on a good streak. That was a good pass. Nothing's wrong with the car. Hopefully, by the time we run it, well, debatable, because it'll probably be close to 4 o'clock, but might cool down and might warm up, you never know. Not a whole lot of people got down that session, so I think we did pretty good. Day 2, we just had our driver's meeting 45 minutes ago. We're gonna start at noon, I think it was decided. Right now we're number 1 with $3.99.1, and then it's just me and Michael here this weekend, so we'll go straight into final round. We made it to the finals, yay! We found an issue on our wastegate. In Bradenton, we actually blew a hole in the wastegate. We blew another hole in the wastegate in a different spot, so we welded that up this morning. Send it for the rest of the day. Q3, went up there, made small changes, which was basically just tire pressure changes. Everything was going great until 360 feet out. Got a little swirly. I was looking at the nice pretty green wall of Orlando Speed World, let out of it, went 418. Come to find out it was trans fluid. Overfilled it a little too much, so the overflow can just let it overflow. Got back, cleaned everything up, everything was great. Went up for final round, everything was going great until it wasn't. I had to let out again. I had a nice little fireworks show in front of my face, so I went ahead and cut power to the car and just coasted. So we have a wastegate that decided to exit the chat, a CP3 pump that decided it didn't want to stay where it was. But everything internally seems to be looking okay, so those are just easy fixes. S&S already has the CP3 pump, and we're gonna finagle these wastegates. So hopefully everything will be fine. This is easier to fix in my mind. You can find anybody to, fab you up some wastegate piping rather than, valve springs, push rods, anything to do with the motor internally. So Johnny and Johnny Jr. looked at the data from yesterday. We aren't overspinning the turbos. Boost is in a happy place. It's more so just the way that the piping actually is. The flow is really constricted, and we have wastegates open 100%. I don't even know, 1.2 seconds into the run, wastegates are fully open. So we just need to fab up a better layout for air to flow. That way it doesn't keep happening. But everything seems to be happy. A little bit of some converter slip, but that's just as easy as pulling it out, putting some new clutches in. But Indiana for UCC ODR Day 1. I made my debut here 3 years ago now, did horrible. And then second year out here, just had some driver errors. Last year, came out here, dominated the whole field, came home with a win. So maybe we can have some of that luck this weekend. Fingers crossed. So we did a spool up, everything seems to be doing good. Rudy's, we didn't have a Rudy's because it rained. But we also had a ton of issues and the car never even left the pit. So, got a new set of heads on it. We're running cast heads like you would on a normal Duramax pickup truck that you drive every day. Got those on, everything's running great. Spool up was nice. We just are checking little things like line pressure for the trans brake, torquing the wheels down, filling up the fuel, just itty bitty little things. No work this weekend.
System drifter.
Just double balled myself so I could get a number on the board with the weather coming in tomorrow. I guess everything went fine. Went 404 at 171, had a little bit of some trans fluid on the tires, so I started spinning out there, but not bad for a first pass.
It sounded like you were out of it a little early too.
I was, just because I was spinning. I hit the rev limiter, I saw red lights on the dash. At that point, I saw the timing tower, so I knew I was at least somewhere close to crossing the line. So yeah, let out a little early, obviously the speed's down, but ET's not bad. Basically I spun, and that was because trans fluid was all over the tires. So pulled the tires off, we cleaned them, most importantly for one, to get all the excess fluid off, and also to get a better look at the transmission, drain the catch can, checking the gears, making sure everything's good to go, and then now we're gonna actually start it and go through the gearbox, make sure we have plenty of trans fluid, because believe it or not, trans fluid can have a play in a lot of things. So when you have too much, it causes issues like that. When you don't have enough, then you might lockup might not work. It's catch-22. So tires are back on, so we're gonna finagle just the smallest amount of things and basically go try to do the same thing. Andre fixed with the timing and the converter for the bump so that I have that, because that's essential on race day. Come to find out, it wasn't a simple fluid on the tires scenario. We went to go do our normal routine, go through the gearbox, spool up, and I went to go click it into first, and nothing happened. It didn't move, it didn't budge, so long story short, I snapped the input shaft. Thank God for Carter, Luke from SNS's son. He actually had a Rosler that he just got for a car that he's building, and it was the same exact spline, input shaft, everything. So he brought it here, let us destroy it, take it apart. We took his spline and shaft out and dropped it right into mine. Got it in there about 1:30 last night. Started it up this morning, and I have first gear. The radar is looking a little wet at 11:30 today, so it would be great if the weather would hold out and we could, but I mean, we didn't drive all this way to make one pass and work 12 hours on a transmission for nothing, so might as well just stick it out if it does rain, so.
ran a 379 at 170.983.
We are back. We're at Wagler Motorsports Park in Lyons, Indiana, and we are here for Shide's Diesel Extravaganza 2024.
So give us the update of what happened. We saw you sit out in Bowling Green.
Yeah, so I've been out of the car for 2 months. We broke the input shaft at UCC and have basically been fighting transmission issues ever since then. So we have a fresh 1 1/4 inch drive or input shaft inside the transmission. So we went from little shaft to big shaft. We have fought some issues switching over and making that conversion, which required us to sit out in Bowling Green because we had no stator pressure. So for most people, that probably wouldn't make a whole lot of sense why you would sit out, but without stator pressure, the car would be unhappy. It can hurt things in the transmission. It can hurt the converter. It can also not let us use lockup, which is kind of important with the numbers we want to run. So we have it figured out. We're back. She's happy. Now if we can just go 660 feet.
Yeah, except for this, you don't want the next stroke.
Over the last, 13 years, we've been running a Lenco CS1 with a clutch, and we decided to go this year with what they call a top fuel style clutch, so it'll be like a slipper. It's a 5-disc deal, and we're just trying to get it lined out for what this car can make horsepower wise and try to get it to the ground as well as possible. So
How has that been going for you guys? I know it's been a new setup, and I saw in testing yesterday you guys seem like you're easing into it a little bit.
yeah, we're still on fuel only right now, just trying to, if we can get it to go down like 410 to 4.0s and fuel only, then we're heading in the right direction, you know, once we start spraying nitrous to it. But it's a very demanding clutch. It wants a lot of horsepower, you know what I mean? So it's definitely testing us on how it wants to do. We was on, when we first started doing it, we was on like burning up clutches. We just not applying enough, you know what I mean? And it was burning through them, so we was like, keep on throwing weight at it, keep throwing weight at it to make it have a clamp load, have it actually apply.
Right.
And now we're on the other side of that. We can actually pretty much choke it out anytime we want to. So we just gonna have to find that sweet spot. But once we get it in the fuel spot of it, then when nitrous comes in, we're actually start wearing the clutch a little bit more than what we are.
So what are your plans this weekend? I know we got qualifying 1 coming up. Are you guys really looking to try to dial it in more, or are you guys, trying to run it out the back and make a run at the class? Or
well, what we're going to try to do is we're going to leave the car the same setup as what we did on our last testing pass yesterday, and then we're just going to spray it to see if we can get the RPM to come up more and put more boost to it, because the engine's really cold right now. She's not working hard, and we need to get that squared away as well as get it more heat into the motor to turn the turbines harder and make more boost. So we're going to try to do that with nitrous first.
tell us about Q1.
So, went up there, business as usual. This is kind of like the first full pass on this transmission setup with this converter, with everything that's happened since UCC. So we did a planned shut off around 450, 500 foot. So went all the way through. I was able to pull the chutes. Woo! And kind of just didn't sound too happy. So looked at the data, it's kind of slipping through the converter, so lockup never grabbed, never engaged. I think Andre got it figured out. We're gonna try some new things, figure it out, and try again.
Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.
We are in Pennsylvania. We're at Keystone Raceway, and this is the finale. This is our last race of the season, so we're here. We made it. If you watched the last video, we had some serious carnage, but talked to Jeremy Wagler. He said, nah, you can fix that. So that's exactly what we did. Fixed it, now we're here. We're gonna hope for the best.
Back together now. Looking back on the season, it's been a long season, it seems like. It feels like. The attitude here is really, the spirits are high, everyone's happy. How are you feeling about this being the last race of the year?
I'm happy, but I'm sad. This is my last chance to kind of turn the season around and maybe have some good luck, maybe, I don't know, go A to B, put up a good number for once this year. But I'm also happy. This year has been very rough. It's been rough on parts, it's been rough on, confidence and love for the sport, which it happens, that's racing, if it was fun, everybody would do it. But so we're gonna go for it. Paul Vasco's here. I don't know if SB has their dragster back out or not. I haven't made it over there to the other side of the racetrack yet. Jay Lee's here, but she's gonna stick it out in 590 because as she should. She's been dominating the boys.
She's running dragster.
Oh, okay. So she talked your dad into doing both.
Yeah. Just in the lane, she's like, we're gonna make a hit and then hot lap it and do dragster too.
There we go. Jared's here. We're only missing Mr. Cordova. So we're gonna try it, see if it's happy with it. If not, we got Andre on speed dial because he's also not here, and we're just gonna try it. We're hoping just for A to B, whatever it runs, it runs.
Oh yeah. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Third pass with the car, 4-0. We'll take it.
Yeah,
so, just chipping away at it, trying to be smart, not doing anything too crazy or dumb.
I like it. I saw you make that pass earlier, and I'm like, all right, we're getting moving.
Yeah, we're getting there, man.
It looked pretty smooth too. Like it wasn't wild. It was just
this last one we caught a shift right at that transition. That threw me around. So we're gonna try something different this pass, and hopefully it's much smoother and goes faster.
Okay. So maybe a little shift early or late to kind of not be on that bump.
Nailed it.
Yep.
So because what we did last night, we weren't running with lockup.
Yeah.
And so when we called lockup, it changed where the shifts came in and everything like that.
Yeah.
And that's why the shift happened at the transition. And on the big end, we were gaining about 500 RPMs because I was bouncing that much.
Oh.
Like it was not an enjoyable ride. So, but 4-0. Personal best with the car, we'll take it.
Are you gonna go Q2 and make a rep, or
if the boss says we're going, we're going. We got to cool down. We're fueling it up. We nut and bolted everything because we shook really bad in the burnout.
Yeah.
And I think we're good to make another pass here in a couple minutes.
Sounds good, brother. Good luck.
Thanks, man. It's good seeing you, man.
Thank you, brother.
You can tell on the starting line.
Explain to us what the hell you just did there in qualifying 2.
So we went to 390 at what, 185 mark? So yeah, so no, I mean, pushing the buttons over there. Mark, Ryan at Hardway, we were talking to SNS, we were talking to everyone, trying to get everyone together, get all the information to make it happen.
And just out of nowhere, I mean, like, you came up this weekend, you put down some solid numbers, and then 390, how does it feel?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like 10 days ago, the car wasn't even together. So the fact we got here and it's performing the way it is unbelievable. Waggler's been over here doing a lot with the engine, making sure we're good. Like, everyone has been helping me. and it shows because that's why it's doing what it's doing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty, and I mean, you have to do a little driving out there, but I think there's that transition and stuff on the track, so.
We're dealing with power management, so when it unloads or when it pulls power, it unloads one tire, and then it wants to drive me the other way.
Gotcha.
So we're figuring that out, and well, they're working on some stuff for tomorrow, so we'll see.
So are we going to see you in Q3 tomorrow, or are you going to just take it easy?
It's up to these guys. I think we're going to be up there for Q3. So I mean, we're chasing a number, so we're going to see what happens.
There was one there, I guess. Good job, man.
How was that?
What do you think, bud?
I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Thank you.
man.
Hell yeah.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels good. 393, right?
Yeah.
What was mile an hour?
193.
193.
You guys been working hard.
Oh, geez.
It's been a struggle. Yeah. So getting over that number 4 was quite a deal.
4 rows all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bracket.
Yeah. it was go.
Yeah. So then Tony just put a little bit more nitrous on.
She went.
Hopefully everything's still alive.
It's still alive.
Oh, it's still good. It's good. It's ready to go make another one.
She's ready for another one.
Well, congrats, man. It's
Thank you.
freaking bye.
Yeah, now we just gotta do that every day.
Yeah.
Then we get Mike out here, and we get Maddie in the threes again, and it's gonna be a battle, dude.
it's amazing because in the last couple years of like seeing Dragster, you know, growing and pushing along further. And, yeah.
That should make some of these guys want. I know door cars are cool. You get door cars down there doing that all the time.
Big celebration tonight?
Just another day.
It's just another day in the neighborhood.
Pop out to the fucking light Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Slam a few of them.
Couple dooskies, all right. Well, I'll come by the pit. I'm getting the dooski. Sound good?
Oh, you bet. Yeah. That'd be fine.
Oh, you gotta crack a smile, buddy.
I think we all knew in the back of our minds that a year like this one for this class was just around the corner. And it just took that belief. It seems so often in limited class racing anyway, every time somebody breaks through that next 10th barrier, you do it once, you do it twice, and suddenly it seems like everybody can do it. It's the confidence that it can be done that spreads like wildfire. And Freeze certainly did in this class. Our fourth place finisher in points in Pro Dragster, we only saw him a handful of times toward the end of the year with a revamped race car. But when he came, he flew and went really, really fast. Your fourth place finisher is Paul Vasco. Be careful as he walks up and looks for one short pass.
Well, I was excited to get fourth place until Mitchell said what he said. This is back-to-back fourth place, so. No, but seriously, everyone, thank you for everything. I mean, you've heard it from a lot of people, right? No matter what you have out there, it takes an artist, it takes a team, right? And I'm blessed with the team that we built. Because without the people around me, that car, like I said last year, would not, without a doubt, go down the track. I mean, if I tried to do it myself, the car would be there. It wouldn't leave the line, the way to run, right? You partner with the best. You find the people that have the passion, and it's just infectious, and it grows you better, right? So, I want to thank some of those people. We're going to start with MTKB. I mean, they probably drove 60 hours for a handful of events to be there to support. Packing shoots on the laptop, late nights, you name it, right? And actually everyone that I work with, they put on the calls and text messages, midnight, nights, weekends, holidays, but everyone's always there, and I'm so thankful for that. So, thank you guys. SNS, great fuel system, great controls, great support, always there to help. Wagner, built something that no one's ever seen before, right? Thing has been flawless, and we're barely scratching the surface, so we're very excited for the future goals. Hot Shots, keeping it alive, right? And a test, things are happening, things are working. Johnny, that's that turbo, going on 2 years now. Johnny, you're finished up. There it is. So, hasn't missed a beat, right? And we've done a couple things we probably shouldn't have done to it, but it's still working the way it should, right? And I mean, we did bring on Harvey this year, and I'll tell you what, you want to hear some interesting conversations, listen to a conversation between Mark and I. That is very entertaining, I will say that. But all right, I know there's a lot of people that need to talk. Everyone, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you to the ODSS. Thank you to the people that step up and sponsor the events. Because without all that coming together, we don't have a place to race. So thank you all very much.
What I like best about our top four when it comes to the dragster class is every car is so different. There's so much different about the setup and how they approach going fast. It seemed to kind of converge around the same place, but this next guy really had to struggle. In fact, he struggled so much at one point we thought he was becoming a coal miner. Fought that clutch awful hard, but made it pay off for the last race of the year. Getting to the back of that three. Jared Jones.
Just want to thank our class sponsor, Angela Red, and I think Hot Shots, you know it. Thank you for coming, Travis Gar, and try to race with Manny and Mike, Paul. Congrats, Paul, with his 5-second run. That was pretty awesome. So, be proud of it, because that's really hard to get there. So, you can think about Mike, you know, with his 370 runs. I mean, these guys, we all have to step up, try to run with him. And Maggie, she's in the low 90s with me right now. She's going to get going faster too. So next year's looking good. Plus is good. I like it. Everybody else likes coolers, I like those. I mean, I like to work. That's very exciting, yeah. It ain't really that bad, it's really, but that's pretty good. But anyway, thanks to the Chevys and all the people at the shop keeping us going. And then Ralph, the PVC, keeping the track nice and tight, good and fast. So, Hammer Tech, down in on with us, doing that clutch unit. So it was nice to be getting it. So, anyway, that's it. That's all we got. Thank you guys.
We're up in the Pro Dragster this year. Didn't get the finals, man. They had to struggle. They had to fight a little bit with the car. Came a little tough. But they bound together as a team and persevered, and it showed. I think they've got a long way to go to be right back at the front. I think they can do it for next year. Runner-up this year is Maddie Graves.
Oh boy, I feel like I was just up here. It's definitely no secret that Pro Dragster is the absolute class to be in if you want to go quick. And it's no surprise that we struggled all year, but I definitely couldn't do it without King to look at a single table that somebody hasn't helped me at. Jeremy Wagler and everybody over there, Johnny and all the boys at Stainless, the whole team at SNS, Andre, he deals with a lot, he's in our pit. My two tables over here, full of my crew, these guys have given up so much time, they've taken time away from their own race trucks that they're trying to build to come run with us to help me, and obviously my dad, I can't look at him, he's gonna cry. But there's no doubt that he's my #1 fan. If you're on the line when I'm running, he is the most obnoxious person. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love racing here. I love racing with the guys that I race with. They push me to be the baddest of the bad, just like them. They don't treat me any different because I'm a little girl out here. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you next year.
It was not easy. It appeared that way if all you ever did was sit in the grandstand. But if you went back to the pit area round after round after round, saw tools flying everywhere, you know they worked for this. But this team, once they believed in what the car could do, they became experts in up arrow manipulation, and every single time the car responded. The champion this year at Pro Dragster is Michael Cordova, and accepting on his behalf, Cody Fisher.
Perfect for this year. Man, it was a brutal season. We fought through a lot of, constant problems from the beginning, from our tow rig all the way to about every event, and it was a struggle. But everybody, it's easy to see all the wins and all of the success. But man, behind the scenes, there's just a lot that goes on. We spend a lot of time in the garage just methodical thinking with the race program, and there's a couple people that couldn't be possible without Luke, Andre from SNS. It's a daily occurrence in text threads, trying to just figure out how to go faster. And also Jason John from Freedom, man, they've been with us every step of the way. Ray and Charles, Kyle from Hot Shot, everybody that we race with, it's a big family. It's no secret. I've been racing in this organization for a long time, and guys are like family to me as well. So, thank you to everybody, and we'll see you guys next year for sure.